Hi everyone, surprise go live. I'm just about to serve up dinner, so it's just going to be a quick one. But I want to share with you two things that happened today, two sessions, I guess, that I had today that reminded me what's actually at the core of the work that I do. You know, I spend a lot of time talking to you guys about mindset and how to change your mind about certain things and how to move past certain things. And sometimes I forget that a big part of that is the energetic work that goes with that. And I think that I kind of steer away from that because it can scare people. You know, they can get a little bit, it's a bit freaky. Oh, I don't know. What is it that you do? What is it that you do? Bit like the intro video. Hi, Christy. Hi, Victoria. Bit like the intro video where my mum said, oh, I don't know, it's like something like massage. So, and I know that people get a bit wary of the energetic work because it's a bit of a spin out. It really is a bit of a spin out. So I'm going to share with you two things that happened today. The first one was that a friend from America contacted me and wanted to touch base. So we got on video call through Facebook and she started telling me about the situation she was going through. And immediately I tapped into something that was going on in her lower abdomen. When I described it to her, she immediately connected with it and realized what was going on. So she actually felt what I was describing. What we were actually able to do was identify where that had come from. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of that situation, but it was basically something that was instilled in her before she was 5 years old. It was then reinforced at about 10 years old and then reinforced again at about 15 years old. And this energetic block that was in her lower abdomen was probably about this big, and it was like like the ball on the end of a ball and chain. It was that sort of consistency. And through some work that we did that involved tapping and shifting energy, we were able to dissolve that block. And we were okay, so this is where it gets freaky. Okay, we were able to dissolve that block, and we were actually able to then fill that cavity that had remained with what was basically the seat of her joy, and allowed that white light to fill that void and start the healing process. Now, there were real life, down to earth circumstances that caused that block in her. And she now has some tools that she's gone away with and she's going to work on, and some things to actually focus on, because we did identify quite a few things. And look, as I said, I seem to steer clear of talking about the energetic stuff because it scares people, because it gets a bit, sometimes, hi Dawes, sometimes it gets a little bit freaky. But the energetic stuff, really, it's at the core of a lot of the work that I do. And it doesn't just work with humans. I had the very great fortune of helping a friend out with her cat this afternoon. Mwah. I love you so much. And her cat had been feeling not quite right for a couple of days. And she had been doing quite a bit of work with him, and it was working. And it then got to a stage where she just called me or contacted me, and it's 1:30 in the morning over there. And together we were able to identify where there was blocks in this poor little cat who was feeling poorly, and we were able to shift those blocks. We're talking about a connection made halfway around the world. That's done through energy. That's done through love. That's done through light. And that's done with absolute trust. And it blows me away every single time. The healing energy that we have in our bodies is amazing. And it doesn't just apply to human bodies. It applies to animal bodies. And with the high B, with the right techniques, with the right guidance, anything is possible. Absolutely anything. And I find that incredible, and I find that amazing, and that is the core of the stuff that keeps me going every single day. Knowing that when I make contact with people or animals, hi Akiro, there is that, extending of the hand to help people through whatever it is they're experiencing. And that's so powerful. Guys, that is so powerful. I know that she won't mind me saying this, but to know that shortly after we did our little bit of a treatment on Akiro, he started eating for the first time in, I think it was 2 days. He hadn't really eaten. And after we finished working on him, he went and he sniffed at his bowl and he started eating. I love that. And if you think about it, a cat doesn't have cognitive thought about what you're doing to them. They can't say, I believe in energy work, or I don't believe in energy work. They just know that they're not feeling well, then something happened, and then they do feel well. They don't have the blocks that we have as humans to say this isn't possible. So this week's focus has been on perspective. So I will be back tomorrow morning with a full proper video. But tonight I just want to leave you with the thought that maybe you can change your perspective about that as well. All the things that you thought weren't possible, maybe they are. Maybe they are. Yes, he purred the whole way through the work. Okay, you've outed me now, so I can say it was Victoria's cat, and his name's Akiro, and we had been talking for the last day or so about what we can do to help him get better. And tonight we cracked it. Victoria had been working on him all day yesterday as well, with the amazing work that she does with animals. And then tonight we cracked it. And he's eating. And that's lovely. Of course he'll go to the vet tomorrow because, guys, as I keep saying, I'm not stupid. If I'm really, really unwell and I know I can't fix myself, I'm getting myself to a doctor or to a hospital. Or if an animal is not well, you can do so much and then you've got to get them to a vet. But don't discount all the things that you have available to you to deal with these situations. So maybe you can change your perspective on that. Anything really is possible. You just have to believe. I'm off to have dinner now because I feel really nice and warm and fuzzy. I feel really nice and warm and fuzzy. I love you all. Mwah. I love you, Victoria. Thank you for letting me work on Akira with you. And I will be back tomorrow morning to talk about perspective again. And tomorrow I'm actually going to talk about pity, sympathy and empathy, and how those three things differ depending on your perspective. I will see you all in the morning. Have a great night, everyone. Mwah. Bye.